we're here for you. Check back every week and stay tuned.
On November 20th, released based on when you're watching this, the next big title in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, will be hitting 3DS fans right in their pretty little faces very soon. And so we decided to go do a little research on this title. Bless you, Google. We found 10 things you just have to know about Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, and so here they are, my friends. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we will be giving away 3 copies of Super Mystery Dungeon to subscribers. Anyways, here you guys are, 10 things you just have to know about Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon 3DS. Number 10, 5 hours of tutorials. In a Persona 4-like fashion, Super Mystery Dungeon has decided to throw 5+ hours of tutorial dungeons your way. That's 5 hours of tutorials! In that amount of time, you can watch Glenn supposedly die 3,600 times! Oh, and, Walking Dead spoiler alert. In that amount of time, they do throw some decent side quests your way, so, you know, there's that. Number 9, no more bulletin board. Remember how jobs were always picked off the bulletin board, much like you would pick an extracurricular in high school? No more. Now a much more realistic approach, allowing you to pick jobs from a special orb. Basically, you go into the orb, pick your job, then go to the dungeon from the map. Coolio Julio. Number 8 is cheesy dialogue. Yes! Much aligned to my fashion, the dialogue in Super Mystery Dungeon remains quite cheesy and quite punny. You know, the kind of funny that you always get a chuckle out of unless you're like a 90-year-old guy? I don't get what it means. Grandpa, it's a joke. Back in my day, we didn't have jokes. Shut up, Grandpa. Just shut up and go eat your mashed potatoes and go to bed. Anyways, the cheesy dialogue does nothing more than add a lot of smiles to the gameplay, which, you know, is always really nice. Number 7, the whole "you're a child" thing is really present here. In all that cheesy dialogue, you're gonna find that it feels as if almost every line is dogging out children. Which, by the way, I find very despicable because they are our future after all, people. And if you don't want them to be our present via a coup, I expect a little more respect. Anyways, the lines are a lot of children can't do this and children are so annoying and, you know, the works. Basically, the game really likes to act like your second mother, which I guess is a plus in case something happens to your first. Number 6. Initially, it's like baby easy, but it doesn't last. So like the first few chapters, maybe up to chapter 6, seems to hold your hand and guide you through like if you were a prepubescent teen going through a haunted house. Basically, the chapters start extremely easy, but with time, they learn to toughen up. Much like your mom. I'm sorry. After chapter 6, however, it's fun dungeoning. Dungeoning. It's a weird word. Number 5. You can pick any starter Pokemon. In a very smart move, the developers decide to let you choose between all the starters, as well as Pikachu. Because you know who doesn't love Pikachu? He's like the only little yellow rat that people would love to cuddle with, am I right? So, pick yourself and your partner between all these great starter Pokemon and the little yellow rat. Field mouse. Number 4, no multiplayer. But wait! So we only answer this because we keep getting asked, but there's no multiplayer unfortunately, and no co-op, which, in case you didn't know, is technically a form of multiplayer. But you can go online to an island and rescue other players, and of course send and receive Pokemon as always. But unfortunately, you cannot partner up with someone much better than you just to help you progress through the title, which is why I myself am stuck on chapter 3, even with my little yellow rat holding my hand. Number 3, Famitsu Likey. Super Mystery Dungeon received a 36 out of 40 by Famitsu, Japan's most renowned game reviewer. Just so you know though, Gates to Infinity received 2 points higher at 38 out of 40, but many people seem to really hate that title, so, you know. But either way, I can say that Super Mystery Dungeon is much better. So number 3 has 2 pluses for you. One is that, hey, Famitsu likes the game. And 2, we couldn't come up with a terrible pun. So, you know, it's a win-win. Number 2, over 120 dungeons. That's right, Super Mystery Dungeon has well over 120 dungeons to clear. And I guess that's a really good thing because it wouldn't be so super if there wasn't. Either way, this game is extremely long, and I'm not sure it gets much better than that, am I right? Then again, you haven't seen number 1 yet. Number 1, 720 playable Pokemon. So when Gates of Infinity released, there were approximately 649 known Pokemon at the time, but they failed to include all of them in the game, or like even half of them. In fact, they only included 200 Pokemon out of 649. That's like going to a local buffet whose billboard shows, hey, there are over 649 known types of way to cook chicken. But when you get there, there's like barely 200. Could you imagine how upset Rosie O'Donnell would be? So in Super Mystery Dungeon, they made sure not to mess with y'all's head anymore. They included every starter Pokemon and every single known Pokemon in this title. That, my friend, is the Texas State Brazil of gaming. So there you have it, 10 things you just got to know about Super Mystery Dungeon. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to be entered in our weekly game giveaway and the giveaway of 3 copies of Super Mystery Dungeon. Tell us in the comments below what your favorite fact about the upcoming game is, and we will see you next time. Vita Boys out.
Yeah, we're the Vita Boys here for you. Check back every week and stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe today to be notified. Stay up to date. We are covering everything PS Vita. Weekly game giveaways, come see us. Gameplays, unboxing, reviews, and more. With a lot coming and more in store. We're the Vita Boys and we're here for you. Check back every week and stay tuned.